And then they said something on the radio. They called her. And then she put the radio back down. She looked at me and did this when I stepped out. She said, ugh, man, your nasty ass homeboy. They done let him off the tier. They bring his nasty ass over here. I hate that boy. I don't like that boy. I don't like that boy with a passion. I said, who the hell my nasty ass homeboy is? So when she said his last name, I knew it was this dude named Bankhead. Bankhead was a real life shooter, but not with the candy bar. The Bankhead gonna throw some dookie on you. Listen, that's what Bankhead do, bro. Like this man, and you could pay him to do it. If you want to get somebody, an officer, inmate, it don't matter. You can give Bankhead about a gram of cream, or you could probably throw Bankhead, like if you giving him money, probably give him between like $50 to $100. I promise you, boy, he'll throw it in whoever face you ask him to throw it in. You know what I'm saying? So she got to walk down there to the gate. So they come walking up the thing. Bankhead done lost hella weight. He looked like he need to eat. He looked like he need a damn sandwich or something. You know what I'm saying? He was already little, but now he like look bad. You know what I'm saying? So he come walking up the thing and he step in the salad pole to look at me. He just started smiling real hard. So certain went to walking off. I pushed the door before my doctor up. He like, see, Bill. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? He was like, bro, which room up? Which room up? And now, so I told him, I pointed to a couple rooms down there. Keep in mind, it's really early, bro. So a lot of people still in the bed. A lot of people ain't even came out the room yet. He was walking towards that way. And then, you know, with Bankhead, bro, it done been situations where I guess people done tried to trump him off or treat him like a J or whatever and just use him for his services or whatever. Because I never really known Bankhead to, you know, like, stab nobody or fight nobody or nothing, but I do know he'll throw some dookie at you out of a bottle for sure. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked over and I saw him walking that way, I don't know, it was just something about him that made me feel bad a little bit. I kind of felt like, you know, like, because the dorm I was in, bro, they, you know, they ain't the friendliest. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, he probably will get, you know, probably get tried or whatever the case. So I called his name while he was walking over there. I was like, hey, bro, and then it's early in the morning. You go waking the nigga up talking about moving in his room, and then he look at you, and you the dude known for throwing dookie. Man, they might chump you off, whatever case. So I told him, I said, bro, I told him my room number. I said, just go out there, bro, go out there. And I wasn't worried about it, because ain't gonna be no damn dookie thrown in my cell, because that's when the nigga ain't getting popped. So I ain't worried about that. So I told him go out there. So he make a little detour. He going up that way. So I stepped back out there and talked to her. She was like, you let him go in your room? I said, yeah, man, he cool. He good people, man. She said, that man just was on a tip program for throwing feces on an officer. And you know, word around prison is you the one paid him to do it. So I just bust out laughing. I'm like, man, watch out. I ain't paid. She said, oh, now it makes sense. That's why you letting that man go in your room. Because you know you the one got him sent to the tier, paying that boy to throw some feces on that girl. I said, man, I ain't paid nobody to throw nothing on nobody. And I don't know why they thought I was that type of person, because this ain't my first time getting accused of, you know what I'm saying, paying somebody to do something like that. So we chopping it up for a little minute. I don't know, bro. It seems as if just me letting him go to my room turned her off. The conversation got short. She told me she got to go do some paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Well, we was just talking about, like, about me sliding my number or whatever the case. She had, like, she ain't even talking about none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, Bankhead ass might gotta come up out of here. So I leave her alone. I let her do her thing. She talking about the shift getting ready to change. And then when I was going back in, she talking about tell everybody to stand by for breakfast, all that. So I go in there, I'm like, hey, man, 12 said stand by for breakfast, stand by for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking up the step. Bankhead done busted out the room. You know what I'm saying? Now, he got on his uniform that's a little too big. Bankhead is like light brown skin. He got some big-ass eyes, bro. His eyes is a little creepy, I ain't gonna lie. He got like them little Dirk eyes. You know how little Dirk eyes just always look like? You know what I'm saying? He got eyes like that. He real skinny. He tatted up, like, on his body and all around his neck. He tatted up, little nappy little hair, you know what I'm saying? Ain't never got a hairline. That man busted out the room, had his damn spoon in his hand, busted out the room. He was like, she said, chalk off. She said, chalk off. I said, damn, Bankhead, when the last time you ate, folks? So he started laughing, talking about, but I was just starving. I was just starving in that tip program, bro. They was starving a nigga, bro. Then some days they won't even feed me, bro, because they know I threw the stuff on that girl. So I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, she just said stand by. They call child, they go to child, whatever the case. So Bankhead in my room probably about 2 days. He's straight, bro. I kind of was feeding him. I ain't gonna lie. I was just offering him stuff because I'm like, bro, that don't look healthy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I done told him, like, bro, you grab one of them honey buns, grab you 2 soups and a beef and cheese stick. Go on, cook that, eat it up. Go on, grab you a drink out my box. Help him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I say about 2 days after Bankhead moved in my room, it was a transfer day and they brought new transfers in. So me and Bankhead sitting out there on the rail. I'm leaning against the rail like this. I got my chest on it and my arms just hanging and I'm just leaning, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of, that's comfortable. It sounds uncomfortable, but it's not. Bro, Bankhead see this one dude, looked at him and was like, man, what the fuck? Took off running. Pew! I said, oh, shit. Well, at least he ain't got no bottle of Dookie in his hand, so it's all right. I'm thinking like he got smoked with Buddy or something, you know what I'm saying? So I stand up now. So I'm looking, he go running down there, but once he kind of get down the steps, like he's screaming, saying something, whatever the dude name was, but he's smiling with it. So I'm like, okay, this must be some, man, he ran up to that dude, hugged him. He like, bro, I love you niggas. Boy, I ain't seen you in so long, boy. You know what I'm saying? All that type stuff. Bankhead tell him to come upstairs. So he came upstairs with all his property, dropped it right in front of the door. And he like, yeah, man, in my roommate, CB. He was like, bro, this shit crazy, bro. I literally just got off the tier like not even 2-3 days ago, bro. I just got off the tier, bro. He said, bro, I just got off the tier at Waycross, bro. They released me from the tier and put me straight on the transfer bus, bro. He said, damn, it's been a minute, bro. I said, bro, you got some food or something on you? He said, yeah, I probably got a little couple dollars left. He was like, CB, we could buy a Chris Brown CD from you, bro. So I'm like, yeah. So I stepped in the room. They was stepping in, but then bro was like, damn, I don't want to leave my property right here. I was like, shit, go find you a room real quick. I said, Bankhead, go help him find a room real quick. He was like, shit, let us smoke that Chris Brown real quick first, bro. I'm like, all right, you can pull your property in here, bro. Just put it on the inside at the door. I know you don't want your stuff just sitting outside. He bring his property in the room. He set it like right there at the front part of the door. So he come in, I make them up a Chris Brown real quick. I'm like, what's your name, bro? He like, Murdaville. They call me Murdaville. So I'm like, okay, Murdaville. So he's stressing, yeah, I raised Bankhead. This my little brother for real. I raised it. So I said, how the hell you raised him? Because Murdaville is a nickname for Milledgeville, the city, Milledgeville, Georgia. And Bankhead is in Atlanta, Georgia. Them 2 places is not close. You know what I'm saying? Them 2 places is not close in proximity. So I said, how the hell you raise him when you from Milledgeville and he from Atlanta? He said, man, we was in the same YDC together, man. He said, man, me and little bro was in YDC together for like a year straight, man. He said, man, I'm the one that introduced him to shooting. I taught him about shooting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we was real life in the YDC together going crazy, bro. Once them knew we'll shoot, bro, ain't nobody never with us again, bro. Am I lying, Bankhead? Bankhead, am I lying? And Bankhead was like, hell no, but you really did teach me that. So as I'm handing them the Chris Brown CD, I'm a tad bit perplexed because you're saying you taught him how to shoot and that y'all have been shooting since juvenile. Bro, the only thing I've ever known from Bankhead in a shooting aspect is throwing doo-doo at people. Are y'all happily glorifying the fact that y'all been throwing doo-doo at people since teenagers in a juvenile detention center? Oh, hell no. Murdaville leave out my room. They go find a room for him or whatever the case. So they rocking, they cool. But what they start doing that I don't like is they start arguing a lot, bro, about a lot of stupid stuff, bro. Like they arguing about when Kanye West's album first came out. They arguing about the type of shoes and the type of suit that the warden had on. He's saying it's designer. He's saying, no, it ain't. It's something cheap that he got out of Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's just always something like that. So one day they was in the corner up here, upstairs in the corner on Stowe Day, and they was shooting dice with these blood dudes. So they're up there arguing. They're in the middle of an argument talking about the dice game. I guess I don't really play dice, bro. So I really don't even know all the rules to it and the craps and the 2 dice, 3 dice. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they arguing about something. And I know Murdaville kept saying, nigga, that ain't your point. That ain't your point, bro. You tripping. That ain't your point, bro. And then Bankhead kept saying, yes, it is, bro. You gonna tell me, bro? You know what I'm saying? So it done got to the point. They done got in each other's face. You know what I'm saying? Acting like they want to fight or whatever. So Murdaville was like, one thing about it, bro. I raised you. You know you can't with me. You know you can't see me. Come on, bro. You know how I rock. You know how I rock. So Bankhead was like, man, I don't give about none of that. I'm a man just like you. Hey, you talking about? We can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Murdaville was like, pick a room. Pick a room. You know, that's basically telling you, shit, pick which room we going to. We gonna hit. Pick a room. Bankhead dropped the dice. He went walking back this way, like coming towards our room. I was standing outside. I didn't even really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Say like, shit, what's up? So he get to the door. He put his hand on the door like he finna go in the room. He gonna turn back around to Murdaville talking about, what's up? You ain't trying to do that. He said, man, pick the room. Go in the room, bro. So Bankhead was like, man, you ain't trying to do that, bro. You flex. You flex. You ain't trying to do that. So Murdaville was like, but you still talking. So Bankhead snatched the door open and shot in the room, pulled his shirt off. He was like, what sound? What sound? The door wide open. So, you know, the blood dudes down there, they came walking down here because, you know, they trying to watch a fight. Murdaville took forever procrastinating going in there, and he finally went in there. So Bankhead in the back of the cell, but Murdaville right here at the front part of the cell. So they both, what's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Do something. What sound? What sound? Now one of them did now. So one of the blood dudes started laughing. He said, CBM, man, get these clown ass out your room, man. They playing, man. They both scared of each other, man. They flexing, man. So they turned around and went back walking down that way. So eventually Murdaville walked out the room. He like, come on, bro, you playing, bro. So he went down there. Bankhead eventually put his shirt on and went back down there too. And I'm like, I don't be understanding. These folks be ready to fight each other, disrespecting each other, then be right back like nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? Once you disrespect me across a certain line, you lose the trust that I had to even be around you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have no dealings with you. None of that type stuff. I eventually come back in the room, but they still arguing. Bro, the last thing I know for a fact that I heard was one of them was saying, you got elephants that weigh up to 30,000 pounds. And then the other one was saying, bro, you stupid. Ain't no elephant on planet Earth weigh up to no 30,000 pounds, bro. That's 15 tons, bro. Do you know how heavy that is, bro? That's the last little argument, part of an argument I heard before I heard the scuffling noise, like somebody hitting for real. And then I heard people say, go in the room, go in the room, go in the room, go in the room. So when I heard that, that's when I get up. I stick my head out the door. Now, back in that corner where they was at, it was a civilian dude that used to run the store. Like, he used to have his own little store he used to run. And I saw everybody crowded around looking in the room. So I know they probably in his room fighting. So I just walked down there just to look. I walked down there, stuck my head in the room just to look. Bankhead is doing the windmill. Murdaville is doing some stupid. It's like, it looked like he's trying to smack him because I was thinking like, nigga, is this a girl fight or something? But he was like hitting him with this, but he had his hands open, like real stupid, like, and was like swinging like that. But like when he had hit him, he'd like do him like that. And then Bankhead doing the windmill. But everybody who watching these people laughing at them. I walk away. I said, I'm not even finna look at this stupid stuff. I go back in the room. So a few seconds later, it stopped, and then you hear them argue. You talking about, but you know I shoot for real. You know I shoot for real. Don't even play with me like that. So when I hear that, I'm like, hold on now. Let me go and sit up because I don't know Murdaville. But you saying you taught him how to shoot, and I know the type of shooting he do. You know what I'm saying? So let me go and prepare myself just in case y'all think, you feel me, anything, you know what I'm saying? So I hear Bankhead voice getting closer to me. He like, yeah, nigga, well, tighten up then, because you ain't the only one. So Bankhead snatched the door open and shoot in the room. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, you straight, bro? He like, yeah, I'm good. And he go to his box, snatch his box open, bro, pulls a big, like, ball of clothes balled up together out, puts it on the floor, unrolls it, and, bro, it was a Sprite bottle that looked bloated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked bloated, like it could bust at any given moment, and it was all brown and liquidy. So I know he had already had one on standby. Before I could say anything to him, the Murdaville dude was walking up to the door. Bro, I don't know how the hell he got a 2-liter bottle. He had to steal that from a detail somewhere, bro. It was a 2-liter bottle, brown and liquidy. And when he walked to the front of the door, he was untwisting. He was like, what's up? What you was saying? I instantly snatched that candy bar from the side of that thing so hard. I said, hey, bro, I'm going to tell y'all straight up like this, bro. Anybody throw any of that in this room, boy, I start gangbanging in there. I said, boy, that's on GDN. If a nigga throw any of that in this room, bro, I'm stabbing the shit out of y'all. We ain't even finna play them game. I told Bankhead, I said, get out my room now. Get out of my room now, bro. Bankhead go walking to the door. So when he walk out there, Murdaville like, I'm saying, what you was saying, though? He done untwisted it, bro. You can smell it already. It smells disgusting. Instantly, I hop off the top bunk. I'm like, bro, get from in front of this door, bro. Get from in front of this door, bro. Y'all, hey, Bankhead. That shit over with, too. You coming about the room. But, bro, get from in front of my door, bro. Get from in front of my door with all that, bro. So they went, like, walking down that way more. So you got other people looking. So they walking down the range. Bankhead got his bottle like this. Murdaville got his bottle like this. He like, I'm saying, what's up? What you was saying, though? What you was saying, though? Bankhead was like, you the one talking. Pop, you still talking. Pop. So now you got other people that done intervene. Like, hey, bro, what y'all got going on? What y'all got? Doo-doo in the bottle, bro? Man, y'all got life. Man, don't throw that in this dorm, man. Y'all tripping, bro. So I think they would have been to start throwing it. But the fact that a lot of people in the dorm seemed to be against it, you know, they didn't do it. So they just arguing, going back and forth. You talking about? So now Bankhead going down the steps. Now you see the girl in the booth stood up, went to looking. So Murdaville walking down behind him like this. Bankhead walking down backwards. Murdaville told one of the blood dudes he was arguing with, hey, bro, get out my business, bro. Get out my business. I'm a grown man, bro. I do what I want to do, bro. And bro was like, no, I'm just saying, bro, we ain't doing that nasty in here, bro. We players, bro. We don't do all that. Y'all want to hit or shoot it out, man, go grab a candy bar, bro. Ain't nobody doing it like that, bro. I'm talking about had people real life mad in the dorm, bro. The girl picked up the phone and said something, whatever the case she did. Bro, by the time they made it to the middle of that second flight, I guess Murdaville had just got too fed up with Bankhead, you know, talking and stuff. And that man squeezed the bottle and slung it. And I say it stank so bad, bro, he like slung the bottle down like that. He's still holding it. He didn't throw it, but he just slung it down at him like that. And that stuff went in Bankhead hair, down his face, on his shirt. Bankhead threw some back. Murdaville threw some. Bankhead threw some. Bankhead come running like to the middle of the floor. Murdaville slipped in some of it, trying to like chase him. He get up there. So right around the time they had just finished up doing all that foolishness, I say probably about 10, 15 seconds go by. That's when the folks was coming running up there. You know what I'm saying? Because the girl had caught him. Man, the CERT team and the deputy warden got through the booth, popped the door. They was like, everybody locked up. So one of them went back, going back out the salad pot. Then the other one came, and they was like, the deputy warden was standing out there. He didn't even step in. He was just looking like this. So they closed the door. They went in there, went to talking to the officer. I guess they stopped because the smell, plus what they saw, plus they didn't, you know, see nobody fighting or nothing. The deputy warden, he had her pop the door. So she popped the door. So the deputy warden pulled the door up. He said, hey, listen, attention dormitory. I don't know what y'all nasty motherfuckers got going on in this dorm. He said, well, bro, I'm coming back in 10, 15 minutes, man. All this better be cleaned up, bro. I'm going to lock y'all down for 2-3 months. I swear to God, that's on my mama. And then he looked over at Bankhead and Murdaville and was like, y'all motherfuckers just so nasty. Y'all some nasty bastards. And he slammed the door. Everybody in the dorm started spazzing on Murdaville and Bankhead, cussing them out, telling them they nasty. Y'all better get this cleaned up right now, man. Y'all tripping. Now, I went straight up there to my room, grabbing all Bankhead stuff, throwing it outside the door. But you not coming back in here. You know what I'm saying? I pushed the door up, closed the door up, everything. And I wasn't trying to bully him or little boy him or nothing, but you not ever coming back in here. I pushed it down the range a little bit just so you ain't even got to walk over here. And I told her, I said, say, Bankhead, this all your property right here, folks. You ain't coming back in my room, bro. Now, you got people like talking to them like, bro, do that, bro. Do this, bro. Take that off, bro. Take that off right now, bro. Y'all tripping, bro. So they done pretty much stripped in the day room. You know, they ain't stripped naked. They still got their drawers on, but they pretty much stripped, took off everything they had on. And old school dude got the trash can right here. They throw it in the trash can. They had them go get straight in the shower. So one of the old school dudes, you know, he came over there with the like a squeegee thing, just trying to like get it all in one area. They take a shower. Everybody in the dorm so mad, bro. When I say it smells disgusting in there, bro. Like I went back in my room, bro. Like it smelled terrible, bro. And then they so dumb. While they're in the shower next to each other. You hear them in there talking. Come on, bro, you ain't even got to do all that, bro. Then Murdaville was like, no, that, bro, you was tripping, bro. Then Bankhead was like, no, I wasn't, bro. You can't get mad at me. Like, these folks done went to arguing again. So you got another old school dude that came down there. Went and got a broom, trying to get the stuff out the steps. Knock at my door. A little blood dude came in. I'm like, what sound, bro? He was like, hey, bro, you feel me and a few people got together, bro. Even some of your people got together, bro. And shit, we think about beating their ass, bro. So I was like, shit, bro, I don't even want to touch him. I ain't gonna care. He was like, no, we talking about real life, literally beating their ass with some belts, bro. I said, man, these soft-ass belts we got. He said, hell no, we're gonna do it the same way the Muslims do it. So from what I've seen, when the Muslims violate their people, they'll take like 3 belts and they'll pull them, like, you know what I'm saying? So you get all of it and they'll braid it together real tight. After every one, they tighten it up real tight. And then you wet it. You wet that belt, bro, it's going to feel like you getting your ass whooped with a whip. I was like, hell yeah, I'm with that. He like, shit, you got enough belts? Because bro got a couple of them. I'm like, I got like 2 belts. I need one more. So he brought me a belt. He left back out. I sat there braiding it up. I put the belts down at my, like under my shoe so I could pull it so it could be hard while I'm braiding it and just pull it every time. Had it in the sink, ran water in it. They finally came out the shower. Then the old school dudes stopped. They went and took over cleaning up, getting it all together. Man, everybody in the damn dorm had to give up their chemicals, bleach, disinfectant spray, the smell good. I'm in there with the sock, with the soap like this, bro. It still ain't making it no better, bro. It still ain't making it no better. So they finally got it all cleaned up. But you know, the gang people in the dorm on their ass, even though it's cleaned up, man, keep scrubbing. Go put some more bleach down there. Everybody in the dorm opened their door, opened the windows in the back of the cell so as much air coming through here as possible. 13 and the deputy warden came walking back up there. So once they got done cleaning up for about the 5th, 6th time, even though the stuff been up, but after they did it for about the 5th, 6th time, everybody made them get back in the shower. Get back in the shower, bro. Get y'all ass and take another shower. You know what I'm saying? And they went and got in the shower. Then the CERT team and the deputy warden came walking up there. So when they came in there, they like, man, what the hell y'all had going on? So, you know, we was up there talking to him. I was really just listening. I wasn't really saying nothing. There was somebody else talking. And he was like, hey, Ward, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. We ain't trying to get locked down. You feel me? We ain't trying to get no trouble, bro. We ain't going to hurt nobody or nothing, bro. But bro, we need to beat their ass, bro. These young dudes got into it, bro, and started throwing doo-doo on each other, bro. Got our dorm smelling like that in front of a female, bro. Man, we gonna beat their ass with some belts, Ward. Like, we ain't gonna stab these folks. We ain't gonna hit these folks in the head with no lock. We ain't gonna do none of that, bro. But I'm just asking you, bro, let us beat their ass, bro. Please don't lock us down, bro. Come on, warden, bro. You can't do no shit like this in no prison, bro. And the warden started smiling and he said, yeah, them little bastards do deserve their ass whooped. He said, no knives. I don't want no stabbing. I don't want nobody head busted open by no lock. He said, you take some belts and tear their ass out the frame. I don't give a damn. Man, walked straight back out, went inside the salad poke with the officer. So now you got the officer, the warden, and the CERT team looking at us throughout the dawn. So, bro, everybody who had belts, it probably was about 10 of us that had the tied up belts together. So, bro, like, y'all folk ready? Y'all got y'all belts wet and shit? Like, let me go grab mine. So I run to the room. I pull mine out the sink, kind of just wring it out a little bit. So I come out, everybody headed towards the shower. Bro was like, bro, we just gonna snatch these curtains back, man, tear their ass out the frame, bro. I'm talking about for real, bro. We went over there, the blood dude, it was a blood dude right here, and it was like, I think he was a Muslim right here. And, bro, they both snatched them curtains down. Them boys turned around. They're like, man, what the hell you doing, man? Bro, we just went to swinging them whips on their ass. And they be like, ooh. So they done both took off running out the shower, butt naked. Bro, we chasing these folks around the dorm, whooping their ass. Bro, hey, I watched that Django movie, right? Felt like we was in that. We chased them folks around this dorm, bro, whooping their ass butt naked with these thick-ass, hard-ass belts. Every time you hit them, they like, ah! I swung at that Bankhead one time. I ain't even hit him yet. As soon as I cocked my arm back like this, that nigga talking about, see me. No, nigga, I ain't even hit you yet. I promise you, the CERT team, the warden, and the officer sat right there and watched it. I know one time I looked up at the warden. He was smiling. After we chased their ass around the dorm and whooped their ass for probably about a good 3 minutes strong, the warden started hitting the glass like this. And when we looked back, He did like that, basically saying, stop, that's enough. And we stopped. They was bleeding a little bit. I ain't gonna lie though. It was tearing their skin. Warden and the CERT team walked straight out the building and went on back about their day. And eventually, both of them ended up putting themselves on the door. I think Bankhead left that night because wouldn't nobody let him in the room. And then the room Murdaville was in, he stayed for about 2 days. Then he put himself on the door. And bro, I just want to make a point out of this real quick. All jokes aside, no matter how funny that could have came off, I'm going to tell you why I stress do the right thing. There have been wardens over prisons that have given permission to take a life. You can be plugged in with the staff to some degree, or you can even just pay the staff, or you can get permission from a staff. And bro, somebody can really lose their life. Like, I mean, it wasn't that deep with us. You feel me? Because we told him what it was. He agreed to let us whoop their ass with these belts. And you know, it hurt. But imagine how many murders we see in the Department of Corrections that a staff member or the warden could have possibly been in on. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous, bruh.